Like to call to order the November 13th, 2025 regular meeting of the Harris County Board of Education, where our mission is ensuring an excellent education for every child in Harris County. And our vision is one community committed to the well-being and preparation of every student for lifelong success in a global society. That will take us to item B on our agenda, that the Harris County Board of Education review and approve the November 13th, 2025 monthly regular meeting agenda as presented. Do I have a motion? Dr. Sparks, second. Mr. Johnston. Any discussion? All in favor? So moved. That will take us to item C on our agenda. Sorry. You're out of order, sir. At this time, I will entertain a motion that we be excused to executive session to discuss or deliberate upon the appointment, employment, compensation, hiring, disciplinary action or dismissal, or periodic evaluation or rating of a public officer or employee, or to interview applicants for the position of superintendent, to discuss or vote to authorize negotiations to purchase, dispose of, or lease property, authorize ordering an appraisal related to the acquisition or disposal of real estate, enter into contract, purchase, dispose of, or lease property, subject to approval in a subsequent public vote, and to review an appeal from a student disciplinary tribunal. Do I have a motion? Mr. Green, second. Mr. Proctor. Any discussion? All in favor? So moved. We stand excused to executive session. At this time, I will entertain a motion that we exit executive session. Mr. Goodnow, seconded by Ms. Oliver. Any discussion? All in favor? So we are back in regular session. At this time, that will take us to item E on our agenda, which is the Pledge of Allegiance. And this evening, eighth grade student from Harris County Carver Middle School, Mr. Wyatt Davis, is going to come up and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Would you please stand? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Wyatt. Thank you, Wyatt. And that will take us to item F, that the Harris County Board of Education enjoy the school opening presented by Harris County Carver Middle School. Ms. Taylor, would you please come up?
Good evening. Thank you for having us here tonight. One of our main missions at Harris County Carver Middle School is to provide our students with the public school space to expand on innovation, to develop problem-solving skills, and to serve as leaders and to become leaders as they grow. It's also a population of students who are just figuring out who they want to be as humans, and that kindness is key in the world. So tonight we have a few groups that'll just give you a brief overview of some of the things they do to help support those goals. First off, as a little special treat and for your support in all that we do, our Acts of Kindness Club created these little treat goodies for you and brought them here tonight with Miss Amanda Teet, the Acts of Kindness Club sponsor, and her student here. Do you want to stand up? And next up, we'll have our Green Power team led by Coach Chris McCullough, followed by our Junior Beta group led by Mr. Kenneth Boykin.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, distinguished board members, Dr. Finney, how you doing? My name is Chris McCall. I'm the engineering and technology teacher at Carver Middle School, and tonight I'm going to introduce you guys to it's an international STEM program called Green Power. Green Power is a student-centered program where students actually build from a kit an electric go-kart and they race against other schools. So I'll leave it at that, and I'll let my students explain their particular jobs and what it means to them. So thank you.
Very good.
Hello, I'm Wyatt Davis. And one of the biggest parts of Green Power that I really got from it was learning that all ideas matter. Knowing that all ideas matter really helps you communicate and be social with lots of people. And I felt like I learned that a lot in that class. Because you can say, and trust in people's ideas and follow them. But you really, in that class, you get to learn what it means to see someone's idea and even respect your own. So I really felt like that has helped me in this class.
Good evening. My name is Parker Golden, and I am one of the gear specialists for Harris County Carver Green Power Racing. I am responsible for finding out the gear ratio for each type of track so that we can maximize our battery usage. I didn't really know what I was doing at first, but after a bit, I figured something out.
There you go.
And I also feel like working as a team is important. And if anyone pitched in, we wouldn't be able to get the car on the track. This class has also given me the confidence in other classes due to my dyslexia. And I believe STEM classes are very important because one day I want to become a mechanical engineer. And this type of program allows me to have hands-on experiences that will help me in my career.
Hello, my name is Kaylee Connor, and I am the pit crew chief of the 7th grade pit crew team. Leadership has taught me a lot throughout this entire journey. I found out I love being a leader. It's so fun, and meeting all these new people. I love it. I love every second of it, and I really hope I can do this again next year. Thank you.
Very good.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Simmons. I'm one of the drivers, gear specialists, and electricians for the 312 team. This team has really brought me a lot of ideas for career paths in the future. For instance, I never really thought of being an electrician when I grew up, but the doing the electrics on the car has really opened up like that whole career field. And so this has really brought a lot more of these career paths to my life.
Very good.
Good evening. My name is Mason Weddle, and I am the head of the 8th grade social media and publicity crew, along with being the 7th grade team advisor and the reserve driver. Now, what I do for social media and publicity is I take pictures and record videos with my crew that we then later edit and publish onto social media platforms that can help promote our team's aspect in the STEM program. And the way that I do seventh grade advisory is I help build up the next generation of green power students to help make the team more refined and more elegant over the course of time.
Very good.
Just real quick, I invite you guys to come by Carver Middle School, come by our lab, check out the kids' work, and it's really cool stuff. I'm also going to forward you the race schedules. We have several local races coming up late winter and early spring, so we'd love to see you guys there. Thank you very much for your time. We greatly appreciate it.
So I got a question real quick.
Yes, sir.
So how many of you guys were on the green team and the race team last year? Any of y'all?
No, sir. These are all new, brand new students. Yes, sir. We started a 7th grade team this year for the first time. So that's going, and Kaylee's on our 7th grade team. And so I look forward to her joining next year. She's been doing an awesome job. We've had 2 races. Not so good. 7th grade got 3rd place in their first race. This past race, yeah, we didn't do so good, but we learned a lot. What's going on with the car, improving ourselves. That's really more than anything else. Our motto is that problem solving and innovation fuels success. And that's what we're really looking at with this team is what can we improve on? And that's certainly some of the kids have that duty. They check out the car, they investigate, okay, what happened? What went well? What went bad? We do a SWOT analysis after each race to kind of address those and find our opportunities where we can improve.
Very good.
Yes, ma'am.
I see on your sleeve that you have sponsors. Is that?
Yes, ma'am.
helping you get the items you need for?
Exactly. The good news is we're pretty much self-funded, so you guys don't have to worry about me coming to you asking for money every year. So with that, certainly, I mean that seriously as well. It's a lot of public outreach and really explaining the companies what we do. They're more than excited to sponsor us, which has been a great thing because it's not necessarily the cheapest program in the world, but it is. We've been able to do a lot of things with the revenue that we collect. So it's been an awesome benefit.
Very good.
Thank you very much. Awesome. Thank you very much.
Hey all, I'm Kenneth Boykin, and one of the many titles that I get to wear at the middle school is being the Junior Beta Club sponsor. One thing that I enjoy about it the most is this is a group where I get to finally be a facilitator. I sit back, I let them do all the hard work, and I just make sure that we do everything legally. Today we have with us one of our leadership member teams. We have Brandon Powell here, who is our community service coordinator, and he's going to give you all just a brief highlight of everything that we've done so far this school year.
Good evening, board members. I'm here tonight to highlight the incredible work our Harris County Carver Middle School Junior Beta Club has accomplished so far this year. Thank you. Our students have stepped into the leadership roles, served their community, and represented HCCMS with pride at every event. Earlier this fall, we partnered with FBLA to host a successful school-wide costume parade. We also took 42 students to Georgia Junior Beta Leadership Summit in LaGrange, Georgia. They represented HCCMS with excellence, energy, and tiger pride throughout the 2-day event. Students participated in leadership workshops, team challenges, and scavenger hunt designed to build collaboration, critical thinking, and problem-solving skills. Their hard work truly paid off. Our chapter qualified for the Georgia State Beta Convention and multiple events including All the Roles the Stage, Collaboration Connection, Being Better Betas, and Project Proposal. And Harris County Carver Middle School was recognized as an outstanding leadership school, a distinction awarded to chapters that exemplify leadership, character, and service. I also want to highlight a major academic achievement from our Junior Beta Quiz Bowl team. Brandon Powell, Sydney Veneta, Weston Houston, and Boone Odell. Let's take a moment. Oh, sorry. Next month, 42 of our junior betas will travel to Savannah to compete at the state level. They've earned these opportunities and they will continue to show what Tiger Pride looks like in action. Thank you for your continued support of our students and their growth as leaders in Harris County. Thank you.
And that concludes our board opener tonight. I hope you enjoyed just a couple of the things that we're doing to promote innovation and leadership at Harris County Carver Middle School.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, so that will take us to item G on our agenda, and it will be G1, Professor Von Oops Scholarship. Dr. Finney.
Yes, if you remember, I think last year we had a proposal from Mr. Dave Jeffers to begin a Professor Von Oops scholarship in honor of Miss Susan Jeffers, who was a teacher here in Harris County for many, many years. And Professor Von Oops was Susan's alter ego. And that's how she engaged her students. And I had the distinct pleasure of working with Susan for many years at Mulberry Creek. An exceptional teacher and an exceptional person. And if you remember, Mr. Jeffers approached us about starting a scholarship for teachers in her name as the Professor Von Oops Award. And so we have brought this to fruition through Mr. Jeffers' generosity and through the Chattahoochee Valley Community Foundation. Did I get that right? I hope I did. And so tonight, Mr. Jeffers is here to present to two well-deserving teachers the first Professor Von Oops Awards. And so the first... Yes, go ahead. Yes, sir.
I would say that we as a family are honored to be able to recognize teachers for their creativity. Like Dr. Finney said, Susan created an alter ego because she felt that she was bored teaching science. So she created this German professor, Professor Von Oops, to teach science. She'd go out in the hall, tease her hair, put on big glasses, put on a white lab coat, and come back in the room and teach. And every now and then a kid would say, "You look a lot like Mrs. Jeffers." And she'd say, "No, I'm not. I'm the professor." But creativity didn't stop with that. They had spelling tests every week. If you could pass your spelling test on Wednesday, got everything right, on Friday you could take it in shaving cream. And the kids loved that. She had songs that she made up for multiplication tables to help her kids remember what the multiplication tables were. But more than that, what I've found, I've been honored to be able to meet up with some of the students that she had in her class. And although they remembered all those things, the thing that they remembered about her more than anything else was that she loved them. And that was a big, big thing to them. And for all teachers, they really need to realize that the kids really look up to them, and they know when a teacher puts out effort, and they know when somebody loves them and does stuff for them. So we're honored to be able to recognize teachers. This is the first year. It's set up to go on long past me. But we were able to actually award 2 awards this year. The first of those is for Jamie Davis. Thank you. And the second is for Sarah Mack. I'm sorry. Jamie is a first grade teacher at New Mountain Hill, right?
Yes, sir.
And Sarah is a third grade teacher at Park. So So thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So that will take us to item G2, special recognition, Georgia's Outstanding Biology Teacher of the Year, Dr. Finney.
Yes, we are proud to have Miss Brittany Moss here today, tonight, and she has been selected as the Outstanding Biology Teacher of the Year for the state of Georgia by the National Association of Biology Teachers during their most recent professional development conference. And NABT recognizes exceptional biology teachers for classroom excellence, dedication to students, and professionalism in the field of biology. So we recognize her as an outstanding example of the types of teachers that we love to have and her professionalism and her work. It's no secret, all of the great, wonderful things that Brittany does in her classrooms and outside of her classrooms, most of all. You probably just saw some recent social media posts where they're petting sharks. Okay, so and she's right down there on the deck of the boat with her hand right down there with those nurse sharks. So we just want to congratulate her tonight for being selected for Georgia, the national or the outstanding biology teacher for the state of Georgia. We're not done with her yet. Now, as every good teacher knows, when they go to a professional development, they have to bring something back that's going to help the district or help their school. So Brittany's actually going to update you on a small, not a small, but a quick proposal and grant that she has opportunity for our teachers to participate in.
So a year ago, I got involved with the Guy Harvey Foundation, which a lot of people are familiar with Guy Harvey. He's the artist, makes all the cool shirts with the fish on them. He's also a huge philanthropist for education. And so the foundation is mainly done in Florida, but it has an entire curriculum that is STEAM, every bit of it. It's aligned to the national next generation science standards. And all of their trainings that they have are completely free for teachers. And they will even provide scholarships for teachers to be able to travel to go. So I got to attend a couple last year. Ms. Chloe Chambers got to come to 2 also. So because we had 2 teachers from our school go, and then we performed or facilitated school cleanups throughout the year, we became a Guy Harvey Conservation School. And so we have a plaque that will hang up at the high school. And so every year, if we maintain at least 2 teachers attending these trainings, then every teacher who attends will get a $1,000 scholarship to take students on field trips for conservation. So if in a school district, if 75% of the schools in the district maintain that status of conservation school, then your district becomes a conservation district. And right now there are 0 schools in Georgia that are conservation districts. So we would be the first one. And I'm also pretty sure we are the first high school in Georgia that has had this status too. So it is my next goal that we get some of the other schools on board and the other teachers start attending these trainings too and start implementing. I mean, the curriculum that they have is amazing. Everything is completely accessible. Chloe and I have both started doing a lot of the activities with our students and they love it. Even though we're 4 or 5 hours from the ocean, it opens up this whole new world for the kids. And it's a definite buy-in for them and they're getting a lot out of it. So I think all of the schools could benefit from this too.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Well, at this time, we'll pause for a minute. So if you all want to go home, I know lesson plans, other things that might need to be done, so we'll give you a minute to get out if you want to. But if you stay, you're in for the long haul. What's his name, Mr. Jeffers?
Dave Jeffers.
Dave Jeffers.
Yes.
Susan was fantastic. Yep. All right, so that will take us to item H and the public participation portion of our meeting. Dr. Finney, did we have any members of the public sign up to speak this evening?
We have had no one sign up in the back, and I haven't had no one contact me ahead of time to speak at the meeting.
All right. So that will take us to item I, the October 2025 meeting minutes that the Harris County Board of Education review and approve the attached meeting minutes from the board meetings held in October of 2025. I trust that everyone has reviewed those. I did not see any revisions from Ashley. So at this time, I will entertain a motion that we approve item I, the October 2025 meeting minutes. Mr. Proctor, second. Mr. Johnston, any discussion? All in favor? So moved. And that will take us to our action agenda and item J1, that the Harris County Board of Education review for approval the attached proposed BOE policy revision request to GAMA drug-free workplace. Dr. Finney.
So if you remember last week, we presented some of the changes to the GAMA drug and alcohol policy that would make the policy more consistent in its implementation, and it clarified some vague areas and some ambiguities that existed within the policy. We have had legal counsel review it, and you will see those recommended changes in red. And so this is a policy change, so we will have to table this for 30 days before we vote on it.
Does anyone have any questions, Dr. Finney, about this policy revision? All right. So as with any revisions to policy or a change to policy or new policies, it has to sit for 30 days. So that gives us an opportunity, if we have concerns during that time, to review it. We will look to vote to approve this at our second meeting in December. All right. All right. So that will take us to item J2, that the Harris County Board of Education review for approval the attached proposed list of CTAE equipment to be designated as surplus. Dr. Finney. Sir. It's number 4.
I think it's number 4.
Yes. So go ahead, Dr. Finney.
Okay, so this is a surplus equipment requested by the CTAE department and Mr. Dunn. And if you recall, there's 3 pieces of equipment: a vertical panel saw and a bandsaw that they wish to advertise on GovDeals to sell those, and a drill press that is beyond repair that they would like to
send to the scrap yard.
Send it to the scrap yard.
Very good. Any questions regarding item J2 CTAE surplus equipment? All right, this time I'll entertain a motion that we approve the sale of the CTAE surplus equipment and the disposal of the drill press. Mr. Green, second. Dr. Sparks, any discussion? All in favor? So moved. That will take us to item J3, that the Harris County Board of Education review for approval the attached proposed Harris County High School jump pit RFP.
So if you recall, it's long been one of our goals to improve our stadium facilities, and we did a lot of that this summer. This is the last step that we would like to take in upgrading that stadium facility, the athletic portion of it. And so what we did is we put out an RFP for a bid to add a additional long jump and triple jump landing pit and run lane. And this would allow us to hold track meets that are beyond just regular track meets, that we would be able to have regional and sectional track meets here at Harris County. We did put out the bid, and you have a copy of the RFP in your documents here. And the one bid that we only got one bid, and that was from Hellas Construction, the same people that did our turf and our track upgrade. And their bid was for $28,721 to add this jump pit.
Mr. Fisher, I'm just going to ask this question. You don't have to come up. I'm just going to ask, is that in alignment of what we think it should be, that price? Okay. All right. I mean, I don't dig jump pits every day, so I wouldn't know. But if you're saying that is, I trust your opinion on that. And sorry, we only had one bidder and no local bidders for that. But I can understand when they're having to dig into, that design system with drainage and everything that they're going to have to go through to do this. All right. So any other questions or discussion? All right. So at this time, I'll entertain a motion that we approve item J3, jump pit refurb. All right. Dr. Sparks, Mr. Green, any discussion? All in favor? So moved. Now that will take us to item J4, that the Harris County School District review for approval the attached proposed revision to board policy GAG, staff conflict of interest. Dr. Finney.
So as you know, it has been, this policy has been changed a couple of times in Board of Education, Harris County Board of Education history. And what we're doing here is bringing this policy, the recommendation is to bring this policy more back in line with what the state policy and the state rule says. And for the last several years, it's been the policy of this board that no immediate family member could be employed in the district. No immediate family member of the superintendent could be employed in this district. But I'm recommending that we alter this policy, revise this policy in line with what the state rule says. And the state rule says no immediate family member of the superintendent shall be employed as a school principal, an assistant principal, or a district administrative staff. And so this simply brings the policy in line with the state rule. And I'll entertain any questions you may have.
Mr. Ellington, did you have anything you wanted to add to that?
I checked the state statutes, and I agree that this appears to be consistent with the state law on that subject matter.
Okay. And I did go into this last week, but I will mention this again. This is not to this was not put in place to punish anyone or anything like that, or prohibit anything. At the time that this policy was enacted, this board was going through a tough time internally with our superintendent at the time, and we felt that this policy needed to be in place. Now that we find ourselves in the beginnings of another superintendent search after Dr. Finney announced that he's planning to retire at the end of the school year, we don't want to limit the possible applicants that we would have for this position, because in education, you find that a lot of spouses work in education together, maybe where they met, who knows. But, a lot of times a superintendent will come with a spouse that is a teacher or a parapro or, whatever it may be. And we just don't want to limit ourselves to that. We may not get anyone that has a spouse that applies, but if he or she did come with a spouse that was, would like to be employed, we would welcome that. Not that they wouldn't have to go through the same interview process as any new applicant would, but at least that would allow them to, consider our position, if they felt guided to apply for the superintendent position. So that is the reasoning behind this. Anyone have any other discussion on that? Yes, so this policy revision will sit for 30 days as required with any policy revision. And, you know, it may stay the same. At the end of this, we may vote to keep it the same, or we may vote to go back to what the state standard is. We don't know. No, we will not be voting on anything tonight on the first policy change or this one. It will sit for the 30 days. We'll vote on it at the second meeting in December. All right. All right, so that will take us to our consent agenda and item K1, that the Harris County Board of Education review the attached major purchases report for October of 2025. Dr. Finney, did you want to discuss anything on this?
Well, I just wanted to remind everyone that we altered the format of this document just a little bit for public consumption when we post these and for transparency. And what we wanted to do was add that top portion that adds the employer paid payroll expenses as major purchases, which you can obviously see they are major expenditures. And so that's been the change. But I will try to entertain any questions you have on any of the individual items.
Does anyone have any questions for Dr. Finney?
To answer that question, I wouldn't know on any of them, but yes, they are pretty much standard expenditures, such as the food, the district internet phone services, electricity, the GAVS courses, you know, operational stuff like bus tires and the monthly lawn service. So these are pretty routine purchases. I don't see a lot of things on there that stand out as something unique. It might vary a little bit in cost, yes.
I mean, of course, Mr. Ellington's services are, you know, billed monthly, but if we have something going on where Dr. Finney or myself or other members of the board have to utilize Mr. Ellington, of course, he has to be compensated for his time. So you could see that fluctuate depending on what we may have going on at the time. But most of the other stuff, I believe, is pretty repetitive. Yes, ma'am.
The West Georgia RESA for SPED services?
Yes, so some of our occupational specialists, like our OTPT, deaf and hearing, some of our physical therapists, sometimes we contract some of those through West Georgia RESA. That's an every 2-month thing. Yeah.
Well, can I ask another question real quick? Sure. So I know we have Georgia Power on here, but don't we have other schools that are on another electric provider as well?
Yes. We got preschools on the verse.
Did they not meet the threshold?
They
for
did
the
not
power
quite
bill?
meet the threshold for a month. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I would assume the schools that are on diverse power are going to be our 3 southern schools, Mulberry Creekside and New Mountain Hill. Yeah. Okay. All right. Any other questions? All right. So at this time, I'll entertain a motion that we approve item K1, the major purchases report. Mr. Goodnow, seconded by Mr. Green. Any discussion? All in favor? So moved. And that will take us to item K2, that the Harris County Board of Education review the attached financial report for October of 2025. This was in our packets last week as well. Did anyone have any questions regarding the financial report?
This was very close to what we had this time last year. And as you can see, $510,000 is not where we should be. So hopefully that'll be solved sometime in the future.
Yep. And we are happy to announce that Megan just found out at the conference last week that the state's actually going to pay the December QBE allotment on the 19th. So that situation we would get in when we would pay early is going to be alleviated because we're going to get our QBE allotment before we have to pay. So that is a huge, huge help.
Do a lot of districts do what we do?
I don't know, Megan, they do? Yeah. Yeah. She said applause roared through the auditorium when they announced that they were going to be doing that.
Very good.
So
All right,
I do have a question. So forgive my ignorance, honestly. So our end balance with 500, we call it 511,000. I like to round up. 511, and this is as of October 31st. And I know we're expected to get the QBE money prior to getting December payroll.
Yes.
How are we gonna meet November payroll?
Well, we're gonna get two QBE allotments, one
We'll
for,
get
one for November
Okay.
and one for December.
Here she
And
comes.
then we also have cash on hand that enough cash on hand that's not reflected in here to, we're projecting to get us through December.
Yes, so our total payroll is 5.7.
Per month.
Yes, yeah.
Our QBE is 3.5. And we have 3 million in cash at our GF1, which is the state's investment account. We don't have to include it as investment revenue because it's not really categorized as that, but that's where that money's sitting. That cash is kind of sitting there. So that's how we'll be able to make it through.
Like I said, I was just looking at the top of this major expenses report.
Yes,
Like,
yeah.
and I'm starting doing the math. I'm like, the math ain't mathing.
Yeah, I share your concern, Mr. Green, every time I look at it.
We're still getting our pre-K payroll payments right now. The only payroll payments we're not getting is JROTC because of the shutdown, but we're still getting those grant payments that come in. And so that helps as well. So as we spend the grants, we get those reimbursements back. So it's like kind of just in and out. It doesn't ever cost us money to spend that grant or the federal funds. And one thing I also learned at the conference last week, and so this is really important for us all to know, is on our audits going forward, the first thing that you see is the management letter. And so if your fund balance, if our fund equity on June 30th is not at least 15% of what our budget is, they will be writing that in the comments that we don't meet that criteria. It won't be considered a finding, but they are going to note it in the management letter. And so if Jenna K. Favors comes, who's with our CPA firm, Robinson and Grimes, and we don't meet that, that could be something that she mentions and is going to bring to your attention. But hopefully with January coming and our taxes coming in, we will meet that and we'll be good going forward.
Any other questions for Ms. Seha?
Thank you, Ms. Sayles.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, so at this time, I'll entertain a motion that we approve item K2, the financial report. Mr. Proctor, second, Mr. Johnston. Any discussion? All in favor? So moved. That will take us to item K3, that the Harris County Board of Education review the attached enrollment report for October of 2025. This was also in our packets last week. Dr. Finney, I know I asked a question last week and I know you sent this information out, but for the public's knowledge, can you tell me how many we had paying last year versus non-paying? I'm sorry to put you on the spot. Do you remember?
Yeah, let me see here. Last year we had 11 paying versus this year we have 23 paying. Non-paying. Yeah, I forget what that number was. I think it was about 111.
Okay.
Of non-paying.
Very good.
And I think we've made progress in that area due to our new requirements for residency verification and the centralization of the Student Information Services Department. They've been able to focus more on that.
Very good. Any other questions? All right, so at this time, I'll entertain a motion that we approve item K3, the enrollment report. Mr. Green, second. Dr. Sparks, any discussion? All in favor? So moved. That will take us to item K4, that the Harris County Board of Education review the attached local school council meeting minutes received for the first quarter of 2025-2026 school year. I trust that everyone reviewed those. I didn't hear of any questions or anything going back to the principals. Anyone have any questions on that one? All right, so this time I'll entertain a motion that we approve item K5, the local school council meeting minutes. Mr. Johnston. Second, Mr. Proctor. Any discussion? All in favor? All right. And that will take us to item K5, that the Harris County Board of Education review the attached school nutrition report for October of 2025. Yes, ma'am.
The date needs to be corrected. I think it's just a typo, but it says as of September 30th. It should be October 31st.
Yeah, that's correct.
Catch Dr. Sparks. Any questions on the school nutrition report? All right, this time I'll entertain a motion that we approve item K5, the school nutrition report. Dr. Sparks, second. Was that your hand, Miss? It was. Miss Oliver, second. Any discussion? All in favor? So moved. And that will take us to item L, where members of the Harris County Board of Education share news and information that they may have with the public. And this evening, did I start with the ladies last week? I believe I did. This evening, I'm going to start with Mr. Proctor.
Yes, I think we should say congratulations to the flag football team. I believe they're perfect record right now so far. Also, I had the opportunity to go to 4 of the Veterans Day programs. And I guess that I should say, and I get emotional with it, that it's an honor to be honored like that. And one thing that they did this time was that they had a table for the POWs, MIAs. That was very impressive. So thanks to all the principals.
Very good. Mr. Johnson.
I just want to say how much I enjoyed the visit this morning to Creekside.
Oh, I forgot that.
And tell Miss Sappington how much we appreciate it. The teachers, the kids, especially the ones that took us around. It is so impressive to go visit our schools. I am so proud of each and every one. So.
Yes, I want to echo what Mr. Johnston said. Really, because he and I were paired today with Dr. Sparks, and want to say thank you to Madison and Brooklyn for our lovely tour at Creekside today. It was a great visit as always, and say thank you to Miss Sappington and her staff for a lovely afternoon. Since we had Harris County Carver Middle School do our opening tonight, I want to say congratulations to the robotics team in placing 3rd for the 8th grade team and placing 8th for the 7th grade team at their last competition. Also, the gas or the electric fueled cars. I mean, we went and saw that class last year, and it is very impressive. It is awesome. I'm glad to see that program continuing on, and there are new kids and students in there learning that trade. And as you heard from one of the students tonight, it kind of is leading into what he may want to do in the future. So I'm glad we're able to do that for our students. Also want to say congratulations to Miss Brittany Moss for being named the Georgia Outstanding Biology Teacher of the Year. I mean, what a huge recognition that is, and for the recognition for the school system to have a teacher recognized like that. So congratulations to her as well.
Echo what everyone said to our visit to Creekside. It's always a pleasure to get out and see how everything is run and how the kids are. And there again, too, like Mr. Green says, our lunch Beta Junior member, Amelia, was real good at talking to us, letting us know about things. And then Reagan and Marley were the two that were with Mr. Proctor and me, and kind of kept us on task of where we needed to be and what time with everything. But it's always a good trip. And then too, afterwards, I know some of us went back to the chorus room, listen to Mrs. McRae's chorus class. They did an outstanding job. And then our new band teacher also is doing a great, fantastic job over there with that. And congratulations to Mrs. Moss. I've known Brittany ever since she went through the Harris County system from kindergarten. And for her to come back and have that recognition is like say such an honor with that. So, but other than that, that's it.
Very good. Ms. Oliver.
I just wanted to say that Creekside today was great. And I got to sit at the table with Isabella and a young lady named Mackenzie, but she said, nobody calls me that. They call me Mac. And so Mac was awesome. And then Brooklyn, it was just a pleasure to meet them. They had clearly gone to ChatGPT and said, what questions should we ask at lunch today? They were firing questions at me, one right after the other. And she said, so since you lived in Harris County, have you ever been disappointed in any of the, I was like, what is happening? Anyway, and she said, when you run for public office, have you ever found a moment when you were discouraged? And I was like, as a matter of fact, no. So it was really great. And so I'm grateful for them, and they really listened and they shared their story. A lot of them had come from other counties around. And one of the questions they asked me, they said, what is your favorite thing about living in Harris County? And I said, well, I just shared a story. I said, I went to see James and the Giant Peach Friday night at the middle school. It was excellent performance. Got up when it was over, shook hands, kissed babies, and I left my purse on the chair. Walked right out, got in my car and went home all day Saturday, cleaned my house, didn't even think about my purse. I never check emails on the weekend. Just happened to check emails Saturday night as I'm headed to bed, and there was an urgent message from Sarah Slappy, who is the director of the play at the middle school. And she said, Miss Oliver, I have your purse. It's safely locked away in my cabinet at the middle school. Call me immediately. And so I shared that story with the girls, and I said, that's Harris County. That's what I love. I said, I never even knew that I didn't realize that I wasn't even lost my purse. And she cared enough to not only email me and tell me she had it, but had locked it safely away in her room and said, I'll meet you anytime, anywhere to get you your purse back. And I just thought, there you go. I love it. And I'm very grateful. So as we head into Thanksgiving in the next few weeks, I just want the people in this room to know, as you look at your phones, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for y'all. I'm very thankful. And we don't say thank you enough. The people in this room make it possible for us to be able to come up here and have Brittany Moss and have the students do the cars and all the things. It's not the norm. There's a lot of things we take for granted that are not the norm in other districts. So I'm grateful because you guys worked so hard. We're able to come up here and be a part of a really great place to live and to serve. So thank you. We're very grateful for y'all.
Dr. Sparks, try to top that one.
Yeah.
I hate going after Miss Oliver, but anyway, I too enjoyed my Creekside visit. Brooklyn and Madison were the ultimate hosts. I'm always remembered. I didn't think anybody would top Mr. Solomon. I wonder if he's still in the school district. He Pine Ridge, but they keep getting better and better. Miss Izzy from Hart. I'm like in elementary school. I don't think I have the charisma to lead people today on a tour, but so I appreciate the students. And I appreciate my science lesson. I finally learned about open and closed circuits. I know what an insulator and a conductor, all this time, and they just did it in like 5 minutes. Thank you so much for that. Yes, it worked. The students, they had it down and they took time. They did not make me feel dumb or anything. I appreciate that.
No one can make me feel.
Exactly. Well, and a thank you to the Harris County Carver Middle School, the Kindness Club. Today is National Kindness Day. It is not. Yes, it is. And so I really appreciate them doing that. So thank you.
Mr. Goodnow.
Yes, I'd like to add one thing. It's totally remiss of me to miss this statement that y'all wrangled me into the interview process this afternoon with the middle school thing, and I had to address a litany of questions of being on the school board, and as you were saying, why you're on the school board, and what do you guys do or what you don't do, and for some reason, since I walked to the front, y'all
You
kind of
volunteered.
pushed me farther to do it. So that was an interesting, and I am so bad, but I forgot the little guy's name that was.
Holden. He's
Holden,
the president.
who interviewed, and he was the president of the
The
beta.
Junior Beta Club.
Junior
and I
Beta Club.
Shout out Miss Latina Maddox. I mean, she does an excellent job with
Yeah.
those students.
And he did a great job as someone who was interviewing someone, and the questions they had prepared and asked and everything was
very good.
was outstanding.
The whole little production staff was great. They all did a great job. Dr. Finney.
Well, I think you've pretty much covered the great visit to Creekside, but truly what I said afterwards, it takes a truly special group of people to teach that age level because of all of the different changes that group is going through. So thank you to the Creekside staff and leadership for everything that they're doing over there. That's truly a unique place. Even across the state, you have very few intermediate schools like that are doing what they do. A big milestone coming up for the district, and thanks to Dr. Denny for the work he's done on our Cognia accreditation and getting ready for that, working with the principals, departments, and everyone getting that ready. I think we're going to be ready on the 18th to submit our artifacts for review, and they will take that submission, and then on the 18th of December, they'll give us our final findings. But the feedback that we're getting from our evaluators is really good. And so I commend Dr. Denny for taking that monumental task. We will be continuing our aspiring leaders cohort with another session this next week, but also we're going to be doing our first session of our aspiring principals cohort. So not only do we now have teachers becoming assistant principals, teacher leaders becoming assistant principals, but we're developing those assistant principals to become principals. And it's been a team effort, but one that has really driven this process is Miss Carlisle and her team to get this ready. And we take turns presenting, and Miss Baker will be presenting to the aspiring leaders next week. And I will be kicking off the first session of the aspiring principals cohort. We have some really strong leaders in this district that are starting to emerge, and they're starting to develop, and they're starting to take on new leadership responsibilities. And that has been the vision to start that development. I just want to wish everybody a well-deserved and happy Thanksgiving break. These teachers and administrators and bus drivers and all of the staff have had a great year. It's been a start of a great year, but they're ready for a break. And so I'm happy that after next week, everybody's going to get a break to kind of relax and recharge. And lastly, I want to thank everybody for their concern and their condolences that they expressed to me during the recent passing of my mom. Though those things are never hard or always hard, it was a peaceful event. And what made it even more special was all of the wonderful people that just lift you up during those hard times. And so that's what I most like about Harris County, to kind of add to yours, Miss Oliver. But thank you to everyone during that difficult time for me and my family. Thank you.
I too want to echo the sentiments of everyone that went before me. It was a great visit to Creekside today. It's always impressive to see those young minds and all those teachers hard at work. They don't disappoint. You always learn something new. Dr. Sparks learned how to be an electrician today. So, I mean, you know, what do you get? But I too want to say thank you to the three young ladies that wrangled Dr. Finney and myself. Miss Oliver was in our group, but then she had to leave for a little while, and boy, they did a good job. Miss McKee, Miss Mack, and Miss Isabel, very impressive. All Beta Club members, correct? Junior Beta Club members. Girl power, all of our leaders that were out there were all young ladies. So, well, he's the president. He was in there in the room. He's getting ready for his interview, you know. with the big time person over here. But it's just great to see, our kids in action every day, what they do. And that's an impressive group over there. And Miss Sappington, has a great team. They do great work over there. And lastly, I just wanted to say, pass along, I know we've said it already and we've talked on the phone and everything, but, Dr. Finney, we're still in prayer for you and your family. I know it's a tough time to lose a parent. I just went through it, a few years ago as well. So, anything that you and your family need, you can lean on us for it. We're here for you if you need us. All right. So at this time, I will entertain a motion that we be excused to executive session to review an appeal from a student disciplinary tribunal. Do I have a motion? Mr. Goodnow, second. Mr. Proctor, any discussion? All in favor? We stand excused to executive session.
Yeah.
Well, most of the time it was just me because he went and took a phone call for a while and then I was like,